There is something missing from our world. The amazing animals that time has left behind. But what if we could bring them back? What if extinction didn't have to be forever? We're going back in time on a safari with a difference. As wildlife adventurer Nigel Marvin plunges into prehistory to rescue creatures on the brink of extinction. His plan is to bring them back to the safety of the present and give them a second chance. This time he's going back to prehistoric South America in search of giant killer birds and ferocious saber-tooth cats. Welcome to the ultimate wildlife sanctuary. Welcome to Prehistoric Park. Prehistoric Park is a huge reserve with a wide range of habitats to house the animals that Nigel brings back. After several successful rescue missions, the park is filling up nicely with creatures not seen for millions of years. Most of them have adjusted to their new environment, though a few have had some teething problems. At least the park's newest residents, a herd of giant titanosaurs, seem to be settling in well, for the moment. Now Nigel's got cats on his mind. Not your household tabby variety, but big ones like this cheetah. Cats might be some of nature's most efficient killers, but even they need protecting. And that's got Nigel thinking about what animals to bring back next.
The sad thing is the populations of cheetahs, they're minuscule in comparison to the past. They've been overhunted, their habitats destroyed, and it's important to build up breeding populations in captivity. But in the past, there were 30 species of big cats, and I would love to have 1 or 2 species for Prehistoric Park. Maybe we can even breed an extinct cat.
Despite such a huge selection of big cats, it doesn't take Nigel long to narrow down his choices.
This is a giant cheetah, the same size and weight as a lion. Imagine seeing that running at full pelt. And this, the Thylacoleo, a marsupial lion, a lion with a pouch. The babies actually grew in a pouch. And this thing was a brilliant climber. What it did, it actually climbed in the trees, and when prey walked underneath, it would leap down and ambush them. But for me, there's one choice. The cat I must save from extinction is this, the most famous prehistoric cat of all. This has been my prized possession since I was a little kid. Of course, it's the skull of a saber-tooth cat, the most famous extinct cat of all. Those teeth are awe-inspiring, and paleontologists are pretty certain how saber-tooths use them. They got onto their prey's throat and sliced through all the major blood vessels, crushed the windpipe in one devastating bite. That meant the prey couldn't attack back, couldn't kick them with hooves, couldn't injure them. This is a really ingenious killing technique.
To find a living saber-toothed cat, Nigel needs to go back to a very different world. 1 million years ago, saber-tooths were the top predators throughout North America. As they spread down to South America, they were fast taking over from one of the strangest predators the world has ever known. A 10-foot-tall killer bird.
Have a look at this. Look at this. A Forus rhacid, a group of flesh-eating birds nicknamed terror birds. This is a life-size representation. It dwarfs me, and if I can go back 1 million years, I may be able to get saber-toothed cats and 1 or 2 of these. And imagine having this at Prehistoric Park.
even for bird lover Nigel, catching the 10-foot terror bird could be a very tall order. But when Nigel has a mind to do something, nothing will stop him. An outlook shared by the park's largest residents, the titanosaurs. No fence will hold a hungry titanosaur in search of his next meal.
Up to control room. Come in, control room. Well, I'm not going to get that fixed in a hurry. I'm just going to have to let them roam around the park for a bit, but that's all right. My main worry is they don't get too close to the main gate, which is exactly where they're headed now, so I've got to go, sorry.
Oblivious to the titanosaur breakout, Nigel's getting ready to go.
Bob, do you read over?
Come in, Bob. What is it now, Nigel?
Look, as well as the saber-tooths, I'm bringing back something more.
We need a big bird cage.
Nigel, I can hardly hear you. I've got a serious problem here. The titanosaurs are heading for the park gate. I've got to turn them round.
It's a big bird, stands 10 feet, over 3 meters tall.
Nigel, I can hardly hear you.
I say, buddy, bird cage.
Bird cage, right.
A 10-foot bird, it stands 10 feet tall.
Need a cage for it.
There's no need for that.
Oh, are you getting this, Bob? Hope he got that.
It seems not all modern plants agree with the titanosaur's prehistoric stomachs. As they find some more tasty treetops to chew on, Nigel finally discovers what's happened.
What are you doing? Hello there. What are you doing now? Obviously, Bob's enclosure didn't hold the titanosaurs.
Go back, you great lummox.
He seems to be coping, though.
Nigel's about to leave on his mission to save South America's top prehistoric predators, the saber-tooth cat and the giant terror bird. But park keeper Bob seems to have taken one of Nigel's requests for equipment rather too literally.
Hold up, Nigel. Got that bird cage for you.
What's that? I thought you didn't hear properly. I mean, the bird I'm going for, you probably wouldn't fit one of its eggs in that. I mean, it's 10 feet, 3 meters tall. It towers above me, but it can't fly, so it doesn't need a top.
All right, look, I'll build a pen for it.
As quick as possible. So I'm going.
All right, Nigel, have a good trip.
Okay, thanks, mate.
By going back 1 million years, he will arrive at a time when the saber-toothed cats are in their prime, but the terror birds are on their last legs. What other creatures will he run into as he enters this extraordinary time in South America's distant past?
Don't forget to be present.
Slap bang in the middle of a herd, and these are big animals too. Colliding with one of those would really spoil your weekend. They're getting out of the way, and I've seen these somewhere before, I just can't remember what they're called. But they are so strange. Big, big things. They're so peculiar. Let's follow them, see what they're up to.
South America has been cut off from the rest of the world for 30 million years. In this time, all sorts of huge, outlandish creatures have been able to evolve. Animals not found anywhere else on the planet.
I'm pretty sure these are Toxodon. And Charles Darwin found their fossils when he came to South America in the 1800s. He was the greatest naturalist that's ever lived. I've got his journal here. And what did he say about them? He never saw them alive like this, of course. He just found a fossil skull. And he says the Toxodon, perhaps one of the strangest animals ever discovered. Judging from the position of its eyes, ears and nostrils, it was probably aquatic, like the dugong and manatee. But I think these are much more like hippopotamuses. There's one sniffing there, scenting the air. I think we better move out before they notice us. My first herd of Toxodon. They really remind me of hippos, the way they're wallowing like that. And they could be dangerous like hippos. They're the most dangerous animals in Africa. If you get between a hippopotamus and the water, they charge. But I gotta have one last look. They are superb. Must need to wallow in the heat of the day like this, just like hippos. Quick, get in, quick! Quick! He's preparing to charge, get in. Got it without it. Look at the speed of that! The speed, the way he is accelerating now. Must be 2 tons. We should go on start running. That is the prehistoric all-terrain vehicle. But he's not as fast as us. And he's given up. He's given up now. Whew. They're just as dangerous as a saber-tooth. If you frighten a vegetarian like that, and they come for you, whoa.
If the plant eaters are this friendly, what will the predators be like? Back at the park, something wonderful is happening. It looks like Nigel's dream of breeding dinosaurs is about to become true. The female Ornithomimus, an ostrich-like dinosaur, has now laid a large clutch of eggs. Vet Suzanne has been monitoring her progress.
I've actually been swatting up, so I know quite a lot about Ornithomimus nesting now. It's interesting, they're much more like birds than they are reptiles. And it kind of mimics what an ostrich does, which it lays a really large brood of eggs. And the ones on the perimeter, they're the ones that become sacrificial eggs and get eaten by predators, because the ostrich can't possibly brood them all. So what she's done, she's laid lots of eggs, but there's actually 2 that have rolled out. She's going to reject those, she's not going to hatch them, so I might see if I can go and get them.
Without heat, the 2 rejected eggs have no chance of hatching naturally. So Suzanne is going to use modern technology to give them a helping hand. That is, if the Ornithomimus mum lets her. A successful egg poaching. And now mum's calmed down, it's over to Bob for the next stage of the incubation process.
But we've not got long. We've got to keep them warm. But choosing the right temperature, that's the main thing. Right. Now, what I don't know about incubating eggs isn't worth knowing. But I have to admit, I've never incubated the dinosaur egg before. But I'll tell you this, if we don't try something, that pair'll never hatch. Right.
Back in South America, 1 million years ago. It used to be that the terror birds ruled the roost here. Now the saber-toothed cats are in their prime. And it doesn't take Nigel long to spot one.
Look, down there. It's a saber-toothed cat. First one. What a magnificent animal. Remind me so much of lions, and there's one hunting there. I think it's a female. In lion society, at least, the females do 90% of the hunting, and it looks like she's using a similar technique. We've got to get close. They've got an amazing burst of speed, but only over short distances. See, she's got really stocky front legs, and that's because of this big megafauna, animals like Toxodon that they have to bring down. They've got the big front legs and those massive teeth. And she's charging. She erupted out of the grass then. Those saber-tooths slashing at the throat. So quick.
It's those huge incisor teeth which makes the saber-tooth such a successful, specialized killer. One bite to the throat crushes the windpipe and severs the jugular. For the poor Toxodon, it's all over very quickly.
And there's other saber-toothed cats coming out, and they didn't help with the hunt. They're coming for their share of the meal now. Wonder how close we can get. There's so much squabbling, and some little cubs in there too. Look at that, 6 to 8 weeks old based on lion cubs. And that's the time when lionesses first take them to a kill. And they are bolting down huge chunks of flesh. And lions, they can take 110 pounds, 50 kilograms at a single sitting. That's half my weight in meat. Even with so many of them, that Toxodon is so big. I think they're going to take a long time to polish that off. At last, they're leaving. Saber-toothed cats, they must be doing really well at the moment. There's so much meat left on that carcass.
Leaving a ton of fresh Toxodon unattended is the surest way of attracting South America's other top predator, the terror bird.
What a magnificent creature. Must be 3 meters, over 10 feet tall. And that bird looks so hungry. And there's a saber-tooth. That terror bird has dropped the food. And this is what happens. The mammals outcompete the birds, and that's why the terror birds became extinct. It's great. We've come back to a point in prehistory where the balance of an ecosystem is changing. The terror bird, it evolved when South America was an isolated continent. Now it's nudged up closer to North America. The mammals, the saber-toothed cats, have come down there, out-competing the birds, knocking them off their perches. So the terror bird is a perfect candidate to take back to Prehistoric Park.
But now, how will he get a 10-foot tall killer bird back to the park without a cage?
We've got to get that meat the terror bird dropped. Here goes.
Getting this close to a saber-toothed cat is at best daft, at worst deadly. But it's a risk Nigel must take if he wants to get that terror bird back to Prehistoric Park. There's nothing like a juicy piece of steak for grabbing the attention of a hungry terror bird. And now he's got the bait, it's time for Nigel to put the final touches to his ingenious plan.
Come on, Mr. Terror Bird. Here's dinner. Here he comes. Come on. Come close to the bait. Oh, it's close enough. Come on. Fast enough so he doesn't get it. It's a near miss then.
I knew you said it would be big, Nigel, but this is a bit over the top, isn't it?
I know, you see why he needs a big cage. I mean, he's nearly 10 feet tall, incredible thing.
What we're going to feed him on?
Well, in the wild, he was gobbling down huge chunks of flesh and bone and hide. All predatory birds, owls and birds of prey, they need roughage, feathers and fur and stuff like that. So I think we've got to give him that sort of stuff and he should be fine.
There's no point in putting a piece of cuttlefish in.
You need a big cuttlefish.
The following morning, there's a buzz of excitement as the park awakens to the pitter-patter of tiny three-toed feet.
So exciting, Nigel. All the eggs are
Nobody's seen a baby dinosaur for 65 million years. And there's a surprise in store for Nigel and Suzanne.
What I didn't expect is that they're covered in sort of fluffy down like you get with baby chicks, like baby birds. I guess it's to keep them warm.
Dinosaurs and birds are closely related. And just like birds, some baby dinos have downy feathers. And it seems they react like birds too.
So curious to see the reflections or something. Let's go in, come on. They could easily escape, couldn't they, through the fence, but I don't think they're going to try. They're going to stay with the mum. Look at them. They remind me of like little partridges or grouse. Let's try something.
Hey.
And they just completely freeze. I think what they'd do is if there was a predator, they'd run in the grass, freeze, be stock still, and then wait till the mum calls them.
They've got to have some defence, though, haven't they? They've got to have some protection systems.
Yeah, they're so vulnerable. I mean, tiny dinosaurs.
Pretty cute, though, really, aren't they? Well, the dinosaurs.
They're so lovely.
Bob, meanwhile, is still brooding over the eggs he put in the incubator.
All the other eggs hatched within a few hours of each other. But so far with this pair, not a thing. Not a dicky bird. Suzanne doesn't think they'll hatch, but I'm not giving up on them just yet. They're too precious.
Nigel has already rescued one of South America's most ferocious predators from the brink of extinction. But the mission's not over yet. There's one final puzzle Nigel needs to solve. If saber-toothed cats were once America's top predators, how did they end up fighting for survival?
I'm going back to when the last saber-tooths were around on Earth, about 10,000 years ago, and I'm wondering why they became extinct. Is it because, like the cheetah, they were too specialised? I mean, look at the cheetah running, but there's a price to pay for that speed.
Being fast means that the cheetah is a lightweight. It can't defend itself against tougher animals like lions or even hyenas. So when food is scarce, the cheetah often loses out. Its specialization, running fast, can actually become its weakness.
And maybe the saber-tooths are over-specialised too, and I'm going to go back 10,000 years now and find out if that's true.
Nigel's travelling back to a time when saber-tooths were dying out. So he's invited big cat expert Saba Douglas-Hamilton to join him. Together, they'll try to track down the last survivors of this magnificent species. Almost 1 million years after his first visit, Nigel was expecting saber-toothed cats to be thin on the ground. But he didn't expect South America's vast plains to be empty of all the large animals that used to live here. There are no terror birds, no Toxodon. There have been big climate changes since Nigel was last here, and many animals have died out as a result.
Nothing.
I've been searching all day. I mean, it's completely different, and I came to this precise location, big herds of Toxodon. By this time, I'd seen a big family group of saber-toothed cats. I mean, maybe there's so little prey they've spread out, they're hunting individually. Is there a chance of that, do you think?
Well, I think when you've got that kind of intensive selective pressure, the animals will have been forced to spread out, have hugely extended territories and probably hunting on their own by now. I mean, even lions, when there's not much food around, have territories that can be up to 150 square miles.
Wow.
So I reckon, if that is the case, we're going to have to change our plan now. We're not covering enough ground, so maybe if we split up, get out of the car and start looking on foot, we've got a better chance.
Travelling on foot is the only way to explore some of the tougher terrain. But now, it will have to wait till morning. The following day, Saba makes an early start to see if she can pick up the trail of the last saber-toothed cats.
I'm hoping that we'll dissect some animal trails, maybe see some footprints, but most importantly I can hear the sound of alarm calls from other animals. The only problem is that with saber-tooths in the state they are, right on the brink of extinction, it's really a bit like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Elsewhere, the eerie lack of large animals is beginning to get to Nigel.
I forgot it a million years ago. At least there were saber-tooths around all the time, you knew where you stood. But now they're so scarce. Where are they?
Meanwhile, Saba gets a whiff of her first clue.
Hey, look at this. This has got to be saber-tooth cat. Yes, over here. It's been scraping the ground to try and cover it up. I bet the saber-tooths love this place. Look at all the shade there and high rocks so they can sit up and look out over the plain if there's any prey. It's full of hide, all bits of hair and bone as well. I think this cat's had to scavenge, eating whatever little bits and pieces it can get from any old carcass it finds.
On the other trail, Nigel's definitely being stalked. But by what?
rustling. No, I can see it's not a saber-tooth. An armadillo. And 1,000,000 years ago, there would have been giant ones of these. But of course, they're extinct now. And these smaller armadillos are the only things around. But what an extraordinary creature. Looks really prehistoric anyway. Let's let you go now. Off you go.
When Saba makes a discovery of her own, sadly, it's not the one she was hoping for.
There's something in the grass up ahead. Oh no, I hope that's not what I think it is. Oh. Oh no.
Oh, Saba. Poor thing.
It's only about 2 months old.
There's no sign of disease or anything like that. He's just skin and bones, isn't he? So he just died of starvation. So if the mother can't provide enough milk for a tiny cub like this, I mean, she must be in a really bad way.
Doesn't bode at all well. Poor little guy.
Although distressing, the discovery of the dead cub has given Nigel and Saba a valuable clue. The cub's mother must be around here somewhere, but where? As dusk approaches, it will become too dangerous to continue tracking her. But Nigel's got another trick up his sleeve.
This could work. Big cats are nocturnal. This is a camera. It's got a motion sensor in it, so if a cat walks along this trail, it looks pretty well used. We may catch it on tape. Big cats can see 6 times better than we can at night. That's when they do most of their hunting. So a camera like this that can see through the darkness, that gives us our best chance.
Well, whatever happens with the camera trap, I think I should get up tomorrow morning at first light and see if I can track down the mother of the cub. My concern is, considering what's happened to the cub, I think she's going to be in pretty poor condition.
And we've got to be really careful because I've seen saber-tooth cats hunting and they are formidable predators, and that's when they had full stomachs. So if there's one that's injured, if there's one that's really hungry, we've really got to watch our backs.
Later in the night, a sensor on the camera trap picks up some movement. Something is definitely out there.
The camera's toppled over, so it looks like something's been here. And there's a musky mammalian smell, so it could be a cat, and if we're lucky, it's a saber-tooth. This is fantastic stuff. And it is checking out this camera. Right into the lens there. Wow, it just swiped the camera with its paw. That's why it was toppled over like that. And it's not a female, it's a male. And it's spraying all over the camera. You see the family jewels there. That's terrific news. Saba's tracking a female. If we can get the male as well, that means we can get a pair back to Prehistoric Park.
The mission is back on track, and the trail is about to get very warm for Saba.
She's definitely hunting. Look, here we got fresh tracks, very fresh tracks. She must have gone up onto higher ground here somewhere. Okay, just don't move. Keep looking her in the eye. She's looking pretty upset. Okay, she's pretty angry. I think we're gonna have to start thinking about getting out of here. Right, we're in trouble. Her mood's changing. She's thinking about hunting us, so We're going to have to start backing away slowly now.
Saba, come in, Saba.
She's gone. Oh, phew. That was close.
Saba, do you read over?
Nigel, come in.
There you are at last.
How's it going with the female?
Are you still tracking her?
Yep, you could say that. It's been pretty interesting up here. Do you think you can come up and join me?
Yeah, I'll be there as soon as I can. Will you soon?
As Nigel catches up with Saba, she's already pinpointed the female saber-tooth to a lower ridge, where it's stalking some unusual prey.
What's happening?
Okay, we've got the female down there and she's hunting, I think, a deer of some species. But she's got about as close as she's going to get now. I think she's going to go for it any minute.
Just near that tree. I mean, it's such strange prey for them. Those big sturdy legs, those amazing teeth, and they're designed for catching big animals like Toxodon.
So this isn't what you'd normally go for at all?
No, definitely not. I mean, they were hunting really big mega herbivores.
I mean, she hasn't paid any attention to wind direction either, so it's going to smell her any minute.
She's getting close, though.
Okay, it's caught her scent, but she's going for it anyway.
Missed it. She was totally outclassed. I mean, totally out-sprinted. I mean, they're just not designed to catch fast-moving prey like that.
Poor thing.
It's finally become clear why the saber-toothed cats are on the brink of extinction.
There's no big prey animals around, no Toxodon anymore, none of these mega herbivores. And the saber-tooth, those huge weapons for slicing through the jugular, crushing the windpipe, they're specialised to take out really big prey, weighing way more than they do, and they are not designed to outrun small deer and gazelle.
Nigel and Saba follow the exhausted female back to her den, and another discovery.
She's sniffing. I don't think she's got our scent. Looks like she's looking for something. Listen, did you hear that? She's calling.
When lions make that call right in the back of their throats like that, it's often for their cubs. I wonder if she's calling for the dead one, I don't know.
No, she's not, look. There's a tiny head in the grass. Look, she's picking up another cub. There's another cub. He's in a bad way, though. The cub's calling back, but I can't hear any other sounds. I think she's only got one living one.
Oh, look, it's nursing. But it doesn't look like it's getting any milk at all from her. I think she must be dry. They're in such a pitiful state.
Oh, Saba, this is so distressing to watch. We've got to try to dart her, get the cub, get them back to Prehistoric Park. Suzanne, the vet, may be able to pull them round. That's what we need to do.
But as they fetch the jeep and prepare to tranquilise the stricken saber-tooths, there's an unexpected change of plan. It's the young male that Nigel saw on the camera trap, and his presence is an unsettling one.
Do you think he's going to be a danger to the cub, Saba?
Yeah, this is really bad news. If saber-tooths are anything like modern lions, this young male being so far inside the female's territory means that he won't have any qualms at all about killing her cub. It brings the female back into season again if he can kill them, so he can mate with her, have cubs of his own immediately. My worry is that the female's very close by and she's in no condition to protect her cub. I think they're in real danger.
So you think we should change the plan, try to dart the male first?
Absolutely. I don't think we've got any other option at the moment.
To be able to tranquilize the male saber-tooth, they need to get much closer. If they fail, the lives of the female and her only cub will hang in the balance.
He's coming straight towards us.
Just time check.
Good shot. How long do you think the tranquilizer will take to work?
Well, I gave him a small dose because of his size, so about 10 minutes, give or take. But we've really got to watch him now.
He was moving in that direction.
Oh, something's over there.
Back at Prehistoric Park, there have been some disagreements among some of the residents. Last week, the two teenage T-Rex clashed over territory and had to be forced apart.
3, 2, 3!
Now Bob is putting the finishing touches to a dividing wall in their enclosure to keep them apart.
Nice and steady.
Although exactly the same age, Matilda, the sister, is larger and more aggressive than her brother Terence. Now the dividing wall is complete, Terence is being let back into the enclosure. On his return, Matilda appears to be even more hostile. It looks like the wall could be a potential lifesaver for poor Terence. In Bob's shed, there are still no signs of life from the incubator. Back in South America, the tranquilized saber-tooth male is safely loaded onto the jeep. Now Nigel and Saba plan to tranquilize the female and her cub so that all three cats can enjoy a better life at Prehistoric Park. But as they near the female's den, they realize something is tragically wrong.
The cub, it's not moving at all. The mum's nuzzling it.
No, there's absolutely no response.
I think we're too late. Just too late. The cub's gone.
Starvation has killed her cubs, and it's killing her too. Saba must act fast to save her. Once the female is tranquilized, Nigel and Saba are ready to take both the adults back to the sanctuary of Prehistoric Park. But it's not quite the happy ending they were hoping for. Back at the park, Vet Suzanne has been working round the clock for 2 weeks nursing the female saber-tooth back to health. And she's cautiously optimistic about the future.
She seems to be okay. She's got a bit of a way to go. She was really emaciated when she arrived. When Nigel found her, she was feeding her cubs, and producing milk's a really energy-demanding process on the body, so it took a lot out of her. So hopefully now that she's eating okay, she's not feeding her cubs, she'll put some weight back on and she'll be okay. I mean, what we really hope is that she's still a reproductively active female. She's not too old, which is a real concern. We're really hoping that, that they do manage to mate successfully, and then we'll get some cubs. That's what we really hope for.
Meanwhile, someone else in the park is celebrating the joys of parenthood.
What a racket, eh? Look, will you two pipe down? Now behave yourselves. Come on. And you ought to do it. I think I had the temperature too low, but these two have finally hatched out. Come on, quick, sharp. Now the little rascals are following me everywhere. The trouble is, I was the first thing they saw when they broke out of their shells, so now they think I'm their mam. They're imprinting on me. You what? Some more? Oh, all right then. Just a little bit. You must have hollow legs, the pair of you. Hey, come on, don't grab. There you are now. Tuck in.
Imprinting is common in many modern-day bird species. It's a survival mechanism which ensures that chicks stay close to the first thing they see after they hatch, normally their mother. But in this case, Bob.
That's it. It's not easy being a mother, you know. Go on. Hey.
It's been a time of upheaval, but calm has returned once more to Prehistoric Park. The titanosaurs are happy with their newfound freedom and are taking advantage of Bob having more important things to worry about. The South American predators, the saber-tooth cats and the giant terror bird, are regaining their former strength and healthy appetites.
Well done, Bob. They're sticking to you like glue, aren't they, the Ornithomimus? They're really impressive.
And the park's latest arrivals seem very happy with their new mum, Bob. Next time, Nigel travels back further than he's ever gone before, to a time when giant, creepy crawlies ruled the world. And Suzanne plays Cupid to two very reluctant saber-tooths.
Where are these guys?
But for now, all eyes are on the T-Rex pen. Unless Matilda calms down, things are going to get very dangerous at Prehistoric Park.